Blocking fixes everything, right? And it is looking quite wide. I am worried about how small it looks. I feel like I should probably block this, but when I wanted to finish this like 3 weeks ago. About a year ago, I bought the pattern for a Cumulus cardigan that looked really cute with its billowy shaping and everything, and I bought the yarn for it kind of like as a Christmas gift to myself. I've been working on it for the past month and a half and finished just about a week ago, and I really didn't expect how hard it was for something that was so simple. In the end, I really liked how the cardigan came out, and I would definitely make this in another color. So grab your yarn, get cozy, and let's crochet together. I got the yarn for this probably around Christmas time when they were having their sales. We're still rocking with this light gray up as kind of like a base tone and this purple to kind of bring out some more light. The yarn actually does feel pretty nice. I have a swatch built up to this right now and it's feeling really solid for a fall cardigan kind of situation, and not the softest thing that I've ever heard, but like very suitable for what we're gonna wear it out to. My vision for this is kind of like a bomber jacket in that it is oversized, but this one's going to be slightly cropped, partially because I kind of thought that this would be long enough. It kind of ends just above my hip, which is a little short cardigan wise, but I think it will still look pretty good. If anything, blocking fixes everything, right? Stretch it. We've just come back from Boston. It's been a day. Over the course of everything, I was really excited to see the portion of the back panel grow. And we're finally at, it is kind of like a shield if you look at it far enough away, but I love the dual tone colors of it right now. This definitely took a lot longer than I expected, you know, the whole single crochet only stitches. I can't believe I thought about doing a slip stitch sweater before. Anyway, it is quite short, almost kind of like a cropped length. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm not very good at picturing things in my head, so I'm just going to fingers crossed that it turns out okay. But glad that I got the heavy lift out of the way. Now I get to spend some time on the smaller portions and then the sleeves. Welcome to October 1st, about 2 weeks after I said I was going to finish this thing. I have the back panels and the front panels done, but right now I'm making and figuring out how long I want to make the sleeves. So I have the back panel here kind of laid out, and I know it's going to stretch a little bit. It's a little hard to tell because obviously I don't swatch, but I'm stretching it a little just to kind of simulate how long it will be. And then I use my stitch markers to attach the back panel and this little snippet of a sleeve that I started. It is slightly short, so I think I'm going to add at least this much, which is, I don't know, like 10 stitches, 10 things. I'm not really making this too big, just because it's too big. I also am trying something new because I didn't want to undo my first row and then put on the chains again. The first row of this pattern is like slip stitch and then do your single crochets. So this is the part where I single crocheted into the chain. You can kind of see where it's like a little thicker, I guess. I'm trying to do something called a foundation single crochet off of the single crochet chain that I already did. Over here, I kind of just added on. I added on because you can kind of tell that's like a little thinner. Like this is the normal chain single crochet and this is the foundation single crochet. It's been a little while since I started the sleeves, maybe a week or two ago, but I got to the end finally and it is looking quite wide. This is not how wide my sleeves normally are in my typical cardigans, but this is definitely a puffy cardigan because this is how much sleeve is when I put it together. And so I have a bit of cuff going on here and I think it looks good enough, you know? It is a little bit of wiggle room. It can slide in and out pretty comfortably, so I'm okay with where we are there. I think I have 124 rows, so now I'm just repeating that with the purple sleeve I have here. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am pretty tired of this already because it is very, very slow. This is the first time I'm working on a single crochet cardigan, and this has probably taken me about a month more than I expected because right now it is October 11th. I wanted to finish this like 3 weeks ago, but that's okay. The weather is like 50s now, so it's a little cold, but I still think I can wear it. If anything, I can wear it indoors. It's raining, it's not really pouring, but it is drizzly out, so I somehow managed to finish the entirety of the sleeve, or at least half of it, slightly more than half, in one day. Basically, this entire morning was spent just on finishing up the sleeve, which I am very, very happy to be done with. Now, the only problem is I now have to go on to the sewing portion, and we all know how fun that is. I feel like I should probably block this, but I don't really feel like it. I'm gonna put it together. The creator's instructions for putting the panels together is quite specific, but in the meantime, I do have Big Bang Theory in the background, one of my old-time shows that I watch. I've watched it already before, but I started seeing all these clips on YouTube about reruns and whatever, and it's convinced me. It got me. I do think it's quite funny, even though it's very silly and strange at the same time. Alright, so that took me about an hour of figuring out. I probably redid the stitching like 2 or 3 times because I ended up just following what the pattern said to use in terms of fastening. So yeah, I'm an hour in and half a panel in, which doesn't look bad, I think. This is the back to front. Now I just gotta repeat the same thing for the other side, but I think it looks pretty cute, at least just coming from this side. If I just kind of leave it at the length it is going to be at the front of my tummy. I have just attached the sleeves onto the body panel, so the back panel and the front panel. So it looks a little something like this, kind of all laid out. A lot of squares, basically, or rectangles, essentially. Been taking my own advice to weave as I go along instead of leaving it all to the end, just because I know that I would hate having a billion ends to kind of tackle at the end. We're in a really good spot. It is, as I'm fearing, a little small, but I did get a steamer, so I don't have to like block everything. I'm hoping the steamer will solve all my problems. I've only gone about halfway through, but look at how cute it is. I only got the left sleeve done, and oh my gosh. I can't. This is so cute. Look at that thing. Look at that. I am so excited. I did forget there is ribbing that I do need to add to all of this. Oh my god, I am obsessed. So I have just finished weaving in all my ends. Thank God there were not that many. But I want to show the piece before I went to steam it because right now it's a little bit short, like maybe by 2 or 3 inches. You see the sleeve here, and it is shorter than my tank top, just barely. But I think it looks pretty good so far. It is really, really cute. What better use for camera equipment than as a clothing rack? Dare I say, I would go out like this. I would even consider making this again in another color and slightly larger, just because I wouldn't mind this being another 3 inches or so. But this is so cute. Oh my god, I love the color, and I've always wanted a color block piece. I don't have anything like that, just off a department store. I can't get over how cute it looks. Oh my god. Oh my god, this looks beautiful. Well, high five me. So, in the end, I gotta say, it is a pretty successful pattern. A little bit short, but overall still really good. I really love the colors, and I think I would remake this in like earthy tones. Anyone who's curious about the pattern, I would highly recommend it. It was by, who was it by? It was by Samantha Marie V. Terwel. It was a very well written pattern, very thorough, had many explanations, so go check it out if you like what you see, and I'll put her link down in the description below. I think my favorite part, because it's such there's not that many ends to weave in, maybe like a dozen, a little more than a dozen, which is smaller than a lot of my other projects, so that was just a nice touch. I'm glad to have another project in the books, and one that I will actually wear. That is the best part, because I don't wear a lot of projects. It is so cute. But yeah, that's another one. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for coming along with me, and if you have a project, if you end up making this, I would love to see it. Happy crocheting. Bye!